First question will be RSFL from Warchant.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
I'm good. Coach Norvell was really high on the way Alex punted tonight. Has he been pretty consistent throughout camp?
Aaron, that first part of your question broke up a little bit. Can you say it one more time?
I'm sorry. Coach Norvell was really high on the way Alex punted tonight, Mascherano. What has he been that consistent through camp, or was tonight just a particularly really good night?
No, I mean he's been pretty consistent. You know, the thing about Alex, he's learning every time he goes on the field. You know, he's a young guy that's obviously new to American football. He's super talented. He's got a great attitude. He's got a learning mentality to him. You know, every time he goes out there, he wants to know how he can improve. So, you know, I think we're gonna continue to see him progress. And tonight was a really good night. You could tell when he went to the stadium, he was excited about it. You know, I was happy for him that his first experience in an environment like that was such a positive one.
Hey, John. Hope you're well.
Hey, Chris. How you doing?
Good. Defensively, Jarvis Brownlee is getting a lot of praise, but whenever people talk about him on defense, they're also bringing up that he's been really good on special teams. Just what does he bring to that segment?
Well, you know, the thing about Jarvis I think is pretty remarkable is, you know, I mean, our foundation, the way we teach special teams is the skills that we teach on those units should directly translate to your ability to be successful at whatever position you're playing. And, you know, you can see Jarvis really buying into that the skills and fundamentals that he's developing in the special teams drill work is carrying over to him being able to be a good DB. And, you know, the thing that stands out about Jarvis is his attention to detail and his want to every time he gets into a special team situation. He's competitive. He takes coaching. He does things the right way. I couldn't say enough good things about the way he's competed over the course of a week.
Next question will be Gene Williams from Warchant.
Hey, Coach JP, how's it going?
Hey, Gene.
Hey, I want to ask you about just the other side of what I already asked about the punters. Want to ask you about the place kickers. I assume you guys did some live field goals tonight, and how did that go, and how's that competition going?
It went well. I mean, the competition has been good. You know, both Parker and Ryan have both had really solid camps, and they're going to make our jobs hard because at some point we're going to have to make a decision, and they're not making it easy for us. They're both, you know, been consistent really from day one. You can tell they put in some work over that time that we were away. And, you know, I was really pleased with where they were when we came back. And their consistency of approach, I think their mindset has been solid. So it's going to be, you know, over the course of the next month, you know, we're going to let this thing battle until we have to make a decision. But they're going to continue to compete every day.
Next will be Adlon Harvard-Andy from Warchant.
Oh, good evening, Coach. Special teams, it feels like more than anything on the field, it's a desire, want to sort of thing. Have the players really been able to embrace just how important of an emphasis you guys are putting on special teams? Have you seen the buy-in from them?
We definitely have seen the buy-in, but I think, you know, creating that buy-in and that culture, that always starts from the top of the organization. From the day Coach Norvell was hired here, he's made the point that our team is going to be defined by how we play on special teams, and part of our success going forward is going to be how we execute on those units. And you know, you get buy-in when it starts at the top, and then it trickles all the way down through the program. Whether it's myself or all of our assistant coaches, everybody when it's time to work special teams, that's the focus. And I think our staff does a great job with that. Every position coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, everybody's bought into that philosophy, and you know, I think that goes a long way.
Next question will be Ira from Warchant.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, you've coached in a lot of historic stadiums throughout your career, but this your first time at Doak Campbell, and also after everything that's happened the last 4 or 5 months and the uncertainty around the pandemic and everything, was tonight like a little bit more special than maybe a scrimmage would normally be?
You know, that's a great question because honestly, when we were warming up and they were playing the Warchant as we warm up, and our kids, you could tell they had a little extra juice to them today. it was like I kind of took a moment, kind of looked around a little bit and thought, how fortunate we are, number one, to be here, and then number two, to still have the opportunity to play. Obviously what's going on right now with some teams making decisions. As a coach, obviously first and foremost, we're concerned with the safety of our players, but we want to coach and I know they want to play. It's what we do. It's what we love. And just knowing that we have that opportunity to do it is very exciting.
Does a scrimmage allow you to put more strain and stress on your place kickers? And how would you, I guess, assess Grotehouse and Fitzgerald after tonight?
Well, I think it does put more of a game-like situation into place. They have to be ready on the sideline when the situation presents itself that they're going to be called upon. So it is a lot more like a game-like scenario for them. Both Parker and Ryan had good moments today. I thought, really through the course of camp, at the end of every practice, we end every practice with a game-winning kick, with the whole team surrounding those guys and hooting and hollering and screaming and creating some energy and some environment. They've responded well to that as well. So, I'm looking forward to see how the next couple of weeks play out, because I think they both came out of the gate strong, and someone's got to pull ahead, and we're going to let that battle continue to take place and just see how it goes.
You mentioned when we spoke last week that I think you said like 8 return specialists at one position and 4 at the other. I was curious, has anybody started to separate themselves at all in terms of returns? Has that group shrunk or expanded at all after a week?
That group continues to kind of evolve, as we go. There's some guys that are standing out and doing a really nice job. I think as a group, kickoff return wise, Jay Sean Corbin has done a nice job. I think at the punt return spot, Nico Dotson's done a nice job. I think Keyshawn Helton's done a nice job. So we'll continue to kind of evaluate how that goes. We've tried a lot of guys back there because we know that that's going to be a critical spot. Isaiah Bolden's done a nice job at kickoff return. Webb, the running back, has done a good job at kickoff return. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's been back there getting reps. But there's been a bunch of guys that we've rotated through, and for the most part, everybody's done a pretty solid job. And we haven't gotten really into the scheme-specific stuff in the return game. So right now, it's more fundamental based, and they're back there catching punts and catching kickoffs. But we haven't really put that to the test, so it's a little bit premature for me to answer a lot of those questions. But we definitely have the talented skill guys that can be back there. So we're gonna see how that plays out as we start implementing the scheme.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.